Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're doing another episode in our legendary Isabella von Karstein campaign for Total War Warhammer, and this is still the Steel Faith Overhaul mod. I ran out of memory when I was starting to shoot this episode on the PC, so sorry about that. I lost a little bit of the data there. What happens, if you haven't watched my other campaigns, this happens every now and then. With an MP4 file, it cannot close if you run out of memory, so any sort of partial data that you had gets lost. Now, fortunately, I wasn't very far in this turn. I basically just went to war with the... I think that was in episode where the data was lost, or at the end of last episode. I can't remember. But near Averland, we had Belagar. We took a town from Belagar, killed him. Real easy fight. I think we might have even auto-resolved that one. I was mad after it ran out of data, so I haven't done this in about a day. So I'm trying to remember what happened, but we got Belagar. We went to war with Crooked Moon. We just killed one of their little dinky armies that was sitting near us, and then we just decided we'd go ahead and do the Isabella quest. So that's what we're doing now. We're looking at the Isabella quest. It looks a bit scary. It looks a bit scary. I thought we would be able to steamroll it, but looking at some of these changes, I might have to call in some more troops for this, or some tougher troops. These Minotaurs. So that's all you missed in the last episode. Basically, 2 steamroll fights. That's it. We decided, I think I said this at the end of the last episode, we're going to move Vlad over about to the middle of the map and just kind of chill out on the mountains off to the right, and we'll send a 3rd army as soon as we can finance it off to the right to clean up all that stuff back there. We're going to let our Chaos Corruption go ahead and seep in those places a little bit, and that'll make it easier to conquer. Just because we have to go so far out of the way, and I don't want to go that far out of the way with a core army, because I need it to defend all this new territory. So we're just going to send like a small army out there on the outskirts to deal with that stuff. Okay, well, this is the problem here with this fight. These are going to be like just worthless. They're not going to do anything in this fight. Now, the vampires are strong, but keep in mind, a deal with the vampires, one of their biggest strengths is their armor, right? So they have 131 armor. They don't have a ton of health. They do have regen. Obviously, a lot of regen. They don't have much physical resistance. They only have 8 physical resistance. But they're very, very reliant on their armor and their lifesteal. These Minotaurs have a ton of armor-piercing damage, like a lot. 66 armor-piercing damage, and now they get plus 12 versus melee. And I'm pretty sure that these count as melee, because they're not on a mount. This is the one time when I would probably want them on a mount. But they're melee, so they're going to get that. They're going to lose that extra bonus. They're going to lose 12. So these things are going to have 66 melee attack too. Remember that a lot of the things that have been beating up on us, like when we were able to like basically just have a stack of vampires kill an entire greenskin army or an entire dwarf army and such, a lot of that is because they just don't have the melee attack to crack through these vampires. And because they didn't have a lot of armor piercing. So in those matchups, you would have things that would have like maybe 30 melee attack that are going to have a 15% chance to hit me, and when they do hit me, armor is going to negate the vast majority of their damage. So basically, if you don't know how armor works, it rolls a dice. Anytime someone lands a hit on you, it rolls a dice, 1, 2, whatever, and whatever that dice rolls, that's how much damage you get dealt. So so the average damage that's going to be blocked by the vampires is going to be like 65 to 66 damage, because they have 131 armor. So unless something is consistently doing more than 65 damage per hit to me, then it's not doing any damage to me. The only so basically, normal damage, unless it's a lord hitting you, is not going to do anything to these vampires. And that's why the little goblins, the orcs, and all that just can't do anything, on top of them regenerating a lot. So, in other words, they're really good at just stomping tier 1 and tier 2 trash units. Okay? So, they would have no problem cutting through these. They get a bonus versus large, but you see their damage is only... they have 5 piercing, so 5 damage would go through. However, the Minotaurs have the 66 piercing per hit. The 52, a lot of that's going to get blocked. But the 66 piercing is all going to go through. And they get plus 12, so that's going to take it to 78 piercing. and they're going to have 56 melee attacks. They're going to have a really good chance to hit me. They're going to have like a 30% chance to hit me. They have quite a bit of armor, quite a lot of charge bonus, just like a zillion health. So in other words, if you get these Minotaurs around, and they attack pretty fast, if you get these Minotaurs to surround my vampires, you know, and there's 10 of them that just all swing and hit, that's 666 damage. So, you know, in theory, they're knocking off like 20% of their health per like melee round, per swing. So they just chunk, they're just going to chunk through these vampires. And then these guys do very heavy armor piercing as well. They have 30, and there's 100 of them in a stack with 13,000 health. So these guys are real serious. These are okay. These also get this Primal Fury, which gives them an extra 4 attack. And immune to Psychology, so I can't terrorize them. I think a lot of them are immune to Psych. And then this Gorbel is nasty too. So he has huge armor piercing damage, 270 pierce. Massive bonus against large. So he's going to be able to just tear up our Vargulf, tear up our Vargeist. These guys, he's going to destroy them. And then this guy is, he's okay. He's pretty resilient. Lots of damage. This thing has quite a lot of damage for a single entity also. And he gives everybody +8 melee attack. Presence and ability range. Okay, and then he charges into people. And these, I haven't looked at these, but these have heavy armor piercing as well. So, there's 65 in a second, they have 10,000 health. So, it's going to take a long time to hack through all this stuff, and it's a lot of armor piercing. So, in other words, I don't think I can beat them with this. I think it would be foolhardy, because these are much, much higher tech units, and they have massive armor piercing. Vampires are still going to be good, but I need some more backbone. These things are just... These aren't units, basically. These are going to be carved up. Now, the Vargulf, Vargeist, and these will be good against the normal Minotaurs to some extent. But we need some more stuff here. I went in thinking it was going to be good, but I hadn't seen the upgraded cards for these. The Minotaurs didn't used to have a bonus against infantry, I don't think, in the base game. And they're just much, much stronger now. What is that? Leadership, immune, and vigor. Okay, so we're going to retreat. See if I can go there right now. Okay, so it cost me 500 to go teleport there. So we lost 500 taking a peek, but I think we can either wait and pull in the big guns, like we can hand off these Crypt Horrors and the Terror guys to her, which might be a good plan. Remember, there's some dead stuff here too, so we could raise up. But it's got to be something where we're like for real, like we're bringing in the A team, like the best stuff we can possibly bring into that, because that's pretty scary. Guess they get a bonus for it. I don't think those are strong enough. I mean, they do have a lot of physical resistance. They cause terror, which doesn't matter because all of those are going to be immune to psych. If I had Blood Knights, I would murder those Minotaurs. That's what I need, but those are going to be a little ways off. Shock Cavalry are fine. 62 charge. I just don't think that matters that much. It's going to have 38 melee attack against... I mean, those will be okay against their armor-piercing infantry, their top-tier infantry. It's like these are kind of like okay. I mean, we might just have to bring in the big guns here. Ghouls are helpful because at least they stack a lot of poison. I think they increased the damage on lethality this patch, or like the lethal poison this patch from what I saw. They're not very good versus armored though, but these could be good to take out their little Ungor guys. Minotaurs are pretty heavily armored too, I think. The Goblin Spears appear like they would be good, but I have a plus 12 versus large. That's just garbage. They're only going to have 31 melee attack. That's not going to be enough. Corpse Cart just gives... It does give plus 12 melee defense, which is pretty significant. I was talking trash about this thing. It used to... I think it used to only give melee attack. Now it gives melee defense. So adding 12 extra melee defense against those things would be pretty nice. It'd put me up to 76, and so if they have 56, they would still only have like a 25% chance to hit me or so. It might be worth running one of these. There's going to be a rebellion up here, though, so we're going to have to take care of that rebellion, too. So we'll probably just go ahead and hire... It's going to be so expensive. Maybe normal Black Knights? What's the difference? Bonus versus infantry? 6. Let's have no bonus versus infantry. What's the point? They have a bigger charge? Oh, and more armor. So a bigger charge, more armor. Okay, I think I just want to not risk playing around. Like, I want to get the Crypt Horrors and the Terrorgeist in here, and then we'll bring in Graveguard. We'll probably grab the 2 Graveguard units and maybe the Ghouls. I mean, heck, we might grab the Vargheists. Anyways, we need some more firepower for that. So we're gonna chill on it for a turn. Guess we're gonna have him run up here. Make sure no one else is creeping on me.
I shall go.
I don't think anyone else is creeping on me. Those guys don't like me, but this will help us deal with that rebellion. We could go ahead and grab Wiesenberg. Let me scout this out first. Make sure there's not like a huge army sitting there. Pretty big army sitting there.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Now, they aren't at war with me right now. Who are they at war with? Why are they running down there? Okay, so they're fighting Crooked Moon. I assume they probably sacked him. Wow, that's a stat stick. Huge charge bonus. Silver shield. Massive leadership. Pretty low melee attack, but those things are I'm sure pretty serious. Those are gonna be hard to kill. The swordsman upgrades. Okay. I think we can probably fight them next turn. I mean, the other option is we could just move her... Just run her up to here to Averheim. And then just meet halfway, have him kill the rebellion, and then dash down, hand her his units after he beats the rebellion. Hand her off the stuff, and then do the quest battle next turn. Or do I want to just try to take these two? These two are pretty open right now. No one doesn't have much. Yeah, I think just take the territory. Let's just take the territory. Ooh, that's going to be a attrition for a turn if I do that, but I need to get in range. Just sit here. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit that next turn if I do that, though. I think we can take one turn of attrition. Probably be okay. It's gonna be walled. No walls. 7, 8, 9, 10.
I am darkness.
I think it should be fine. mean, we are taking some attrition. Oh, they don't take attrition? Guess not, because they're a single entity or something? I don't know why they're not taking attrition, but... Okay. Maybe they're immune to attrition. I'm not seeing it. Disintegrating, crumbling, undead. Resilience. I don't know, maybe it's a misprint or something, or whatever, a miss something or other. Okay, what else do we have here? Rotep. Start running over here to reposition. So we're waiting to upgrade these things. Waiting on growth over here. It's all good. What was I gonna build? Oh yeah, I was gonna build the other thing. I should have just kept the mine. I just jumped the gun on removing the mines too early. Okay, let me check this stuff. I think we're all good. Charnel, Eshin. Wait until we get to tier 5. I mean, I could upgrade to tier 2 if we needed to. May not be bad. That does give extra growth. Let's get 15 growth if we do that. A lot of money. Bad. We're waiting on that. So we got a lot of stuff there. Obviously need vampires pretty soon. More vampires. Zifbar's alright, and Faldor's alright. We have to hire some stuff next turn. Let me just go ahead and grab that. Well, whatever. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm going to spend my money on other things. Probably next turn. Now, these necromancers... We're not building anything this turn, so let's just go, like, right here.
I veto this.
Oh, what? Did it already move him this turn?
You dare.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so I think that's all good. All right, let's go next turn. No, they're just giving that up. They're like, forget it. We're just gonna try to hold Gnome. Smart. Ooh, a dragon helm.
Never.
His lady.
So let's go ahead and grab Beestenberg.
The world will be ours. Shed their blood. Kill them.
Really, y'all gonna make me fight it? Okay, fine. Squigs are a little annoying, but everything else should be, should murder him. This will let us regen, then we take care of the rebellion with Vlad, and then we can rotate down here, hand off some big ticket units, and then deal with them that way. What I need is, like, small units that deal a huge bonus to large. Or, like, no, large units that deal a bonus to large. So Blood Knights, basically, would help against Minotaurs a ton. I think about it as overpower them, which is, like, I think that just having the Blood Knights, hiring the 2 extra Grave Guard, not the Blood Knights, the 2 Crypt Horrors, the Terrorgeist, and hiring those 2 units of Grave Guards should be enough. Like, I don't want to overkill it where I'm, like, ridiculously overpowered to the point where it's just going to be a stomp. But also, if I lose this army with every character that I own, basically, it's a huge risk. You know, if I lose that, I can recover. It's not like campaign over, but it's not campaign good. I'll say that. It's not good for business to lose all of your massively leveled up heroes. Which, you know, soon, once they start getting some tougher armies, I'm going to have to diversify a little bit and just not put all of my vampires in one army. I mean, it's nice. It's great for the early game pressure, as we've seen, but there is counterplay to it. It can be destroyed, and the way you would do it is with heavy armor-piercing stuff. Which is, you know, what they have. And other factions are going to start getting that soon. They also don't have shields, so if they were focused down by, like, Way Watchers or something from the elves, they would just get butchered. Like, any sort of armor-piercing, heavy armor-piercing range stuff would just crush them. I mean, they do have missile resistance. Pretty good chunk of missile resistance, but either way, there are answers to vampire spam. There just aren't a lot of good ones early game. Okay. Let's put them in my 2 group of flanking monsters. This is kind of my squishy, like, squishy group of dogs. Okay. These dogs are actually, I think, would be decent into the something. They get a bonus versus large. Like, they're okay. Like, they're not amazing, but they're alright. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see.
Vampire. Noble of the night. Swiftly.
Now, a lot of their stuff's going to be invisible, or cloaked, or whatever they call it, shrouded. The undead are also slow. Oh, God, I really need a haircut. I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. I've been saying that for weeks. I do like this Varghulf, I think. Those squigs running around. Oh, y'all trying to get the high ground, huh? They just released some footage of the Norse guy. It looks pretty cool. I kind of want to wait until SFO does it. Steel Overhaul.
I'm in your foe. Night come quickly, not sire these.
Okay, it's going down over here. Let's go ahead and throw the vampires in there. I mean, they don't have a good answer to this. They're immune to terror, so
What? We are immortal.
I'm gonna heal the dogs. They run immediately. Can't really blame them. Send the dogs after these cowards. Oh wow, I didn't realize the squig herds could run. Maybe that's only if they're winning battle that they are immune to psych. I don't know.
Isabella von Kostein.
Yeah, they're all just straight running. I love how those little things just hop around. I like squigs a lot. And Shadow of the Horned Rat, that 90s game that I played, they were a lot more pesky. They were only in one fight. But yeah, they just would like jump on your units and just murder things. Like, it was really hard to target and kill them. Where are these? Right here. Go as many as I can, get a little bit of extra cash. Where's Markle? He's in here killing him. That really doesn't kill very many, but it might weaken them even though it doesn't kill them. God. Dude, I think they made these horrors bigger, man, because those are so big. Those are great. But yeah, the Norska stuff looks really sweet, I think, so far. Based on what I saw is you can, like, smash the other Norskins into submission where they have to confederate with you. It sounds like that's, like, could be overpowered, where if you beat their leader, then they have to confederate. But most of the time, they will confederate if you beat them in. Like, I was kind of sad that Manfred didn't. I would have liked to at least had Manfred for this campaign, but, you know, I stand by my decision. I think it's just more important, strategically, just to make sure that you secure... Especially on Legendary, that you just go ahead and shore up, like, your advantages early. The early game is really the most important part of the game. That's how it is with most games, a lot of times. Games that have, like, where you get advantages and you can snowball, as they say, early on. And the early is really important. You just start gaining more and more advantages. Like, being able to get those vampires out early just really defined what happened in this campaign to this point, is being able to get those 3 extra vampires pretty much at the beginning, so that we had 5 vampires. It's just massive. I mean, if we didn't have that when we got attacked by some of those factions with like 20 stacks dwarves, 20 stack humans, there's no way we would have been able to defend that. We wouldn't have had the money, we wouldn't have had the troops. I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but the campaign would have progressed much, much more slowly. For 1,000? I mean, 1,000's 1,000. We're probably not going to get anything if we don't sack it. Whatever, just sack.
Descendant of Baturi.
Just Undying Horde here. I need Grave Ward. Yeah, she doesn't have Inviolable yet.
Isabella.
Who is it? Manuel, this is the person with the growth, right? Okay. So we gotta remember from last time. Drop her out.
Queen of darkness.
We could like try to assassinate both, or at least this one. Oh, he's impossible to assassinate, right? I'm pretty sure we can't kill him. Yeah, he just gets to annoy us and do whatever he wants. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop in here. Make sure most people get healed except for Manuel. Lots of replenishment.
Yes, my sire.
Now we can deploy.
Succumb to my mesmerizing embrace.
Alright. Ton of growth here. Look at that corruption too. 27 from characters. That is what I'm talking about. Now they have a lot of buildings and characters sitting here that are countering that too. It does help us spread and take over faster though. These guys have some decent stuff, but whatever, we'll just murder them. Let's do this. So hopefully in these places we're just going to get one rebellion, one and done. One rebellion, and then we have enough vampirism to deal with it. Then we'll just auto it. I mean, it's ridiculous. They have 2 units that matter. Hopefully they don't kill a lot of our hounds. Okay, good, it's fine. We have so much regeneration, all this vampirism. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be upset to not watch me do that fight. Pretty obvious what the outcome of that one's going to be. Money.
I am coming.
Okay. I do like how it speeds up the campaign a little bit by, like, the,
Will drown in blood.
the public order penalty is not as heavy. Yeah, I'm gaining a new respect for the public order thing. We've got Children of the Night. One more, we get upkeep for Crypt Horrors, which is good. Bargeists. Bargle, Hero Action. Mesmerizing Aura. Grave Ward. Grave Ward's pretty good. You can put that on anybody, including him. Oh, I forgot it was Vampiric Corruption +4. I might actually want to get that on my girl here. It's just 1 point for that. It's pretty good. Might want to go for just 1 point in that and then start getting to... now, Undying Horde's obviously really nice also. Start getting to Walking Dead, though. That's for Graveguard and Crypt Horrors. Uncanny Presence is extremely good. Lightning Strike's extremely good. I think we need to get to Lightning Strike pretty soon, which means we need to do Undying Horde and then Guile and Glamour. Okay. That should just about do it.
Do you need fresh troops?
Okay, so I do need to build stuff here. What was I going to build? Just the standard, yeah, Gibbet and Balefire. Now, a lot of these places are starting to bring in some cash. So it's like 800 there. Not much, it's only 550. We're not making a ton of cash, but we are starting to get a little bit more. Okay, she's done. Now,
I am unstoppable.
We could dash all the way down to... Alverheim would let us heal. Our units that matter aren't injured, which is the Crypt Horrors and this. Make sure there's nothing cool I could raise here. I don't think so. What I'm thinking is, I can't do it in March stance, but I could dash over here, have her walk down, hand off units, do the quest battle next turn. I'm thinking that's where I would like to be. I have to be in this region though, so I have to be in the Faldorf region, which I think was like right, it was where this road is, I think, in order for me to hire the really good stuff. We should have enough money to do that. Warhammer's fine. That's fine. I could hire the vampire right now, but I don't need to do that. We've almost got up to tier 5. It's gonna be 9,000. That we'll have to do both of this. That's gonna be very expensive, but this is definitely what we're interested in. I want to try out the Black Coach. I think that'll be sweet to have one of those in an army. Blood Dragon Warriors. I'm not even sure what they're gonna be like. These kind of seem like your chosen type of units, just like really good melee combat, but are they even worth it? I mean, 105. They do move pretty quick. Big armor defense, superhuman vigor is not... They're not like immune to vigor though. They don't cause terror. Discipline. I mean, they do have frenzy, which is 8 extra melee attack, and that means they attack pretty fast usually. So you'd have plus 22. That would give you 65 melee attack if you're fighting infantry. So they'd have 65 melee attack, 105 damage per strike. They're large units. 42 charge bonus, very fast. You know, 62 speed on melee is pretty good. They have magical attacks. It's going to cut through physical resistance, which is more important on this patch because there are so many things that have some physical resistance. And these are obviously the crown jewel, I think. I think they're about as strong as they used to be. Oh, there's only 20 in a stack now. Oh. There used to be like 60, I thought, in a... How much are in here? Yeah, there's 65. Okay, so they rebalanced this. These aren't as strong as they used to be anymore. Because there used to be 60 in a stack, and that's what used to really, like, pound people. But they do have just an off-the-chart charge bonus of 90. It's about as much as the Black Coach. Insane charge bonus. Pretty big bonus versus large. Frenzied. Physical resistance and hit points, okay. Okay, so regen plus physical resistance. Leadership, speed. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. So we'll definitely want to try those out pretty soon. Those are all very expensive though. The Black Coach is not that bad. What's Evocation of Death? Okay. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Interesting. Interesting. We'll leave it at that. Okay, so I can drop a vampire over here, invert bad this turn.
Necropolis awaits.
Deploy. In the moot, we can go ahead and get Brazier and give it. I think that'll do it for most places. We're just like rapidly expanding right now. That's really the goal. Okay, Waldenhof. Where's this? Okay. The Gibbet and Gates. Doesn't give you a ton extra. It gives you... Adds walls. That gives you, what, 4 units? This only gives you 4 units. Is it 4 per? That seems like that would just suck. Upgrade it. I think it just gives you a little bit more. Better units. Crypt ghouls. You have 3 Graveguard and Crypt Horrors. And walls. That's important. Do I want to? I don't think I want to spend 2 growth on that though. Whatever. We'll get a tier 1 with the walls. Every little bit helps. That'll give 4 more. Let me see garrison. So give us 4 more at Waldenhof. Oh, there they are. The Dragon Knights. Alright. I think that should be good. Let's see. Dude. Alright. We're all good.
Courtesy is a sure sign of good breeding.
This
Welcome.
war. Well, we're offsides, so we need to. We're gonna have to hire a vampire over there. Hopefully, they don't hit us this turn. They probably will. We aren't technically at war with Telia, but we did go to war with the dwarves, so Telia is probably coming up pretty soon.
Expand Sylvania's borders.
Where's that Beesenberg? Whatever.
The Empire.
They're probably coming at us pretty hard pretty soon. We'll see.
I am Prince and Emperor.
I assume they do not like that we're at war with their friends. They were friends with Belagar, whom we wounded, so... Yeah, I don't like that. Crap, I forgot to run him down. No! Because it's gonna be 1 extra turn before I can do my plans. I mean, I could just go ahead and complete this province. These guys, none of them have siege attacker, though.
I am invincible.
No. What does Nuln have? Nothing. So we should be able to maybe just go ahead and complete Nuln. I don't know, how far can he run? She can't run that far. We're gonna have to wait a turn anyways. I think we just need to go ahead and push forward, just complete this province.
All shall perish. Death and destruction.
Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Continue siege.
Annihilate them.
We're gonna need to hire something pretty, like, we're gonna need some Graveguard or just like some kind of units here soon. Dwarves, Waldenhorf. They might hit us up next turn. I should have probably never even gone to tier 2, and then that way if someone goes to war with us, it's just kind of whatever. I do want to hand off growth, but I also want to get that get that vampire into my army. Oh, it's 11 turns because I don't have her growth. Hmm.
Your wish, master. The shambles move. All mausoleums to defile. Who shall we destroy?
Having 8 more turns before, like, knocking off 3 turns for this is... And next turn, if we deploy, we could get the vampire crits, but... Okay, what all we got here? +1. We should be able to roll down here, I think, and... chill for a little bit. I mean, we can't go all the way to Faldorf.
Cloaked in darkness. The world will drown in blood.
Hey, thanks for the sub, I appreciate it. So they're gonna fight us. Do we go ahead and just hire, I think we just have to hire a vampire here and just get stuff. Let's get some hounds and things going on. Because we're gonna need a third army to deal with these dwarves. Oh god. These are all awful. The Ghoul King's okay. He does self-regenerate. Does have health, he just doesn't have a lot of armor. His melee attack's okay. He has Invocation of Nahek. Necromancer's just absolute trash. You just do not want to go Necromancer. At least historically. I don't know, maybe it's better now, but... Well, we're just not going to be in a position to fight those dwarves if they attack us, because we're going to need more... Like, we have to have an army, like, right now, so we have to start... There's just no way around it. Okay, so we got to go with Ghoul King. We've got to have a third army at this point. So we're going to have to... If we're going to boost him up... Local recruitment, and then I think just recruit dogs. I have 3 of that. I mean, that's pretty good. Devastating charge. Okay, so he also has the fast speed. He has a Terrorgeist, which is something I would be interested in. Grave Ward. Soul Blight's pretty good. Doom and Darkness is kind of whatever. Everything else is basically the same. Okay, so we definitely want to go Children of the Night, get a vampire quickly. But alright, let's go ahead and hire... Go ahead and get the dogs. They're the cheapest. Upkeep-wise, that's a viable, good unit. You would think they would have more, like, upgrades for ghouls, because they're the ghoul kings. But...
Ready.
Like him next turn. Now my gates are going to finish next turn. So hopefully I can just dash over here and just hire a few more units and hold those gates.
I thirst.
Okay, I think everything else is about done. Double check. Go ahead and upgrade Biesenberg and just wait for next turn and then upgrade Nuln. I think that's probably a better move. Just wait and upgrade the capital. Now, what are we even working on here? Tech-wise? Tireless Horts? What are we working on? It's 2 turns. Oh, blood is power. Okay, fair enough. Money and growth. Okay. Blasphemer sucks. And then... probably Tireless Hordes. Let's do it.
I do not bandy words with the weak.
I just say they might be coming for me. How many are left? Just one. No, dude. I think not. Oh god. Yeah. There's 2 of them. Oh, they are coming in hot. Wait, what about? Oh, population surplus. Rating is a bigger penalty now too. It's like -6. It used to be like -3, I think.
By the comet. What?
We might be able to kill those mortals there.
It is night.
Alright, let's go ahead and do the siege. That's for certain.
Never yield.
Oh, he's got fire damage. Landing attacks. Oh. This mod is pretty sweet.
The Empire.
Okay, now they are not raiding us. They're just encamped. For now.
Undeath Ascendant. By all means. Attack! No mercy. Break them death.
I'm being very... This is like one of the greediest... Like, this is so aggressive. Like, an expansionist, I feel like. Like, I'm getting, like, maximum balefires, or, like, maximum braziers. Taking over maximum territories in the middle of the map that's completely surrounded by everything. You know, and I don't have any recruitment buildings, hardly. There's a little bit in my main capital, but I'm just, like, not building recruitment buildings anywhere around here. So this is a little brazen, but just trying to get my economy going, and then we'll consolidate and get some more aggressive stuff here in a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go here. I believe this is where we want to be. Yes, that has a. I think that has a cleaner shot from here. I don't know. They both have some clean shots. I just want to avoid getting like fired on as much as I can. Oh, it's greenskins. I was thinking it was Empire. Okay, greenskins. Archers don't matter. We'll start deployment, and then we're just gonna run it right up the middle here.
Isabella von Carstein. Your desire? Your time has come. Noble of the night.
I guess we can climb the wall with them. Sure, whatever. There's my beast that cannot climb the wall. Vargolf. Oh, I could have attacked the first turn. I forgot because the Vargolf has the door breaker. Dang it. But this is nice, but I don't need this. I can just climb up on ladders. So I could have done this faster, which would have let me get back into the quest battle faster. So that was a mistake.
Countess, the living do will not join mock me. It shall be. I understand.
Not them. I want them actually in their own unit thing. Let's go ahead and put them in. I don't even have a one group in this one, so I don't have trash, throw away, infantry. Actually, let's take the dogs off that wall. That's silly. Just let the big boys in there to bang on that door. This is hounds for cleanup. They're just jumping off that wall. They're just like, no. We're just waiting on this so that we can run up the wall faster. This guy does break doors, the Vargolf. Trolls.
Noble of the night, swiftly, at once. My fangs grow sharp. Isabella, quickly, we surpass Nagash.
I mean, they're basically just friendly firing and killing their own units. Like, those are not going to do any damage to these vampires. These little dinky little, like, goblin bows are just going to kill their own units. They might kill some of my skeleton warriors. Oh, I forgot, I do have... Okay, so Stern's card did come up here. Alright.
Swiftly, see them tremble.
Oh, he's dead anyways, doesn't matter. Dang, it's taking a while to bust in those doors. Okay, just get down there and kill him. We take down this wall? Okay, yeah, let's get in here. Oh, I thought we took it down. No, not taken down yet. Let's go ahead and just get over here and get this side, I guess. I don't want to drop down in the middle of this because they might actually do some damage.
Find me if you dare!
There we go, now we busted it open. That's probably gonna break him, Bargolf running in the back. That'd probably break me, to be honest. If I saw that thing coming after me. Oh, yeah, get them out of there. Taking a little bit of heat. Send in the hounds. What is this? It's a... Oh, it's Skarsnik. Okay. I was like, why is there a squig out here? God, so many. Kill them. They look delicious. Where are the dogs? Send them the dogs. Hurry up, dogs. I want that money. Oh, don't let them run. Nobody's really injured. I mean, I guess we can go ahead and just heal them up a little bit. Don't let him go. Don't let him go. Kill them all. Get him, hounds. Those filthy little night goblins. Get him. The goblins running for it, like, help! Oh, God. That would not be something I would want to see as a goblin. Freaking banshees and these, like, huge giant things coming after me. Okay, I think I got as many as we could get there. Okay. Poor Skarsnik. The wrong kind of goblins, man. He needs to get those, the stabber ones, the assassin, Skarsnik assassin things. Doesn't have any of them. That looks tasty.
Massacre them!
Oh, dang, 24% damage resistance for 12 seconds. That's pretty big. Alright, Grave Ward here. Probably should have done Grave Ward last turn. I wasn't paying attention, I think. The Grave Ward is just so huge. 1 point for 8%. Physical and 15% missile.
Descendant of Batur. Kill them! Fine.
Alright, so I'm going to need some growth here. Because this is going to be a pretty dangerous place. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming in. So I'm going to need some gates. These little dudes could attack me at any moment. We can get the... I don't know. Kind of skeptical. Like, we can get the growth building and then just sell it later if we want to. The stone's good. We don't get anything special for Nuln. Very, very good place for Empire. Not as good for, not as good for Vampire Counts. Like, there's just no way that that's actually 20%. Because if you get 5 of these, then that would be free units. Like, you would be able to get free Graveguard or free Black Knights. I am curious to just try it out to see if they stack. If they don't stack, then I don't understand what the point is. If they do stack, it seems like they'd just be overpowered. I mean, yeah, you'd have to have 5 of them. But that would just be so strong. If you had 5 forges and you just show up. I mean, yeah, you'd have to pay the upkeep on the things, I guess. The recruitment cost doesn't matter as much as upkeep cost. But you would get, like, free level 9 Graveguard. Your chevrons can only go up to 9. You get, like, free level 9 Graveguard for free. Like, just to start off in your army. Like, oh, new army. All Graveguard. I don't know. Oh, level 9 Graveguard. Okay. Yeah, we might need some recruitment here. Does this add any extra to garrisons? Yeah, it gets you some crit ghouls, and crypt horrors for that. Just give garrison recruitment. Gives a little bit of garrison. That gives. It does allow the recruitment of Graveguard, which is good, without having to get this, the mausoleum. I think you would still need a forge, right? I think it would still be required that you would have a forge, but you wouldn't have to build a or an ancient armory, but you wouldn't have to build a cemetery. Well, it says, yeah, it says just unlocks the recruitment of Graveguard. Yeah, even though here it says requires ancient armory for the Black Knights and all these other things, it doesn't say it for Graveguard, but it's required for Graveguard. So it's just the wording's not very clear on it. Okay, so how serious? This is pretty serious, I think. I mean, it's not like the most deadly army in the world, but I don't. 10, 26 on. Have here 15, 19.
What is your will?
Would hire a couple more of these. These would actually be pretty good. Super expensive though. I mean, I could just let Waldenhof go, which is what I'll probably end up doing. They're gonna attack it probably next turn, so I could just let that go. It's not really generating that much money. I mean, like 200, which is a thing. It's gonna be annoying to have to repair it. But we'd have to drop so much money into like just mercenary units to try to repair it, and it's just not gonna happen, I don't think. So the wiser move right now. We just took this. We could take this guy over there and take care of them, probably. We're gonna need some more crypt horrors to do that. Okay, so I could just go ahead and build like a squad of crypt horrors here. Let's go with like 4 crypt horrors, have them waiting, and then come over here, hand off the Terrorgeist crypt horrors, and then run back and deal with them in all this. This guy would just be like our little mule. Now that means we are going to need, which we're going to need here. This down here is the place with the good stuff. We are going to need a little bit of gold for that. Question is, okay, so crypt horrors are going to be 4,000. And if we deploy, this is going to cost like 7,000 to get the vampires, but we need to get to this. That will start giving us more money too every turn, and we'll get another vampire, which is good. And we can get Vargulfs if we want to upgrade this, which I'm not sure that we do right now. The question is, will we have enough? to hire all the stuff that I want to hire over here? I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll fire up the old vampire crypts here. Oh, it's only 20% off of him. I thought we were getting 30. Okay, so that'll leave us with... We'll go ahead and hire these. Get 4 cryptors. We need to put her with my girl here. Actually, I mean, we need to go ahead and just dash over here, most likely. Have her rush down, next turn, hand off stuff, and then start dashing over here. So he's probably going to, I mean, they're almost certainly going to take that. They might take that, and then we'll just have to go from there. But I don't want to give up a free lord. It's just suicide. We can't beat him right now. I mean, I don't want to waste resources on it. This guy's just worthless. I don't even want to bring him into combat right now. He's just running around, saving money on stuff. I don't know if I'm able to get with that army next turn. I need to, though. I really need her. We'll give it a whirl. Yeah, because we have to run this way, I think. Okay, so we should be able to walk her down, I'm hoping. Hand off units, and then walk the vampire into her after she hands off the units, and then we can do the fight. We're not going to be able to recruit. Actually, I can recruit from here. So I'm going to have to recruit from here with him, and then walk up there and meet her, I believe. Okay, that's what we're going to have to do. Now, we don't want to recruit him this turn, though. So we want to raise dead next turn. Oh, we got an extra 2 Vargulfs, huh? I guess we killed more units here than before. Okay, so we can get 1 more Vargulf next turn. And Cryptors, Grave Guards. Yeah, I don't think those are worth it versus Beastmen. I don't think he's worth it either. Those are very expensive, and they're more of a... I don't know, a flanker type unit. We just need stuff that can just put its head down and go into combat and crush people. I don't think the Unholy Lodestone matters. What do we get? What's this bell do? Oh, that is the good one, actually. That's the Unholy Lodestone. Okay. I was thinking the Balefire Brazier. Okay, that one actually is really good. Okay, so we can grab one of those then. Yeah, we've got some good stuff. Okay, so we'll hire next turn. Now, Vargulfs are expensive, but, I mean, I do not want to play with those Beastmen. I'm very scared of them. Like, Minotaurs are serious, serious business. As is the Gorple, as are those, like, tier 4 armor piercing. They just have so much armor piercing. Okay, so I think we're in a good position here. Don't think I need to buy anything else. Waldenhall's probably dead. After we win the battle, I mean, that's just going to be like a ridiculous super army for Isabella. We can give some of that over to Vlad probably and let him go home. Just give him like a couple of things, let him go home with a couple of beasts, and then combine with this, and then we can come over here and start messing with the dwarves, and then this guy can be our rebel guy who comes over here and just has like a little cheap roster with mostly dire wolves and like maybe 1 or 2 elite units, a vampire or 2, and then he can just clean up rebellions when we gain new territory, and I think that's how we run it. And we can use her to I don't know where I would want to clean up. I kind of want this province, but at the same time, it's going to be a real pain in the butt to have to walk all the way around, because I can't jump over this mountain to take this. And that's going to open me up to having to fight these people. So I might want to just go ahead and try to go up here and mess with the Empire. This province would be pretty tenable, I think. It's really close. Straight shot, but we're going to have to fight through Karl if we want to do that. Might be a good thing. I mean, we could take him off guard with Isabella. Maybe we do that. Just take him off guard with Isabella with our super army, just knock out Karl, and then just like beeline straight for the capital.
Never yield.
We'll see how it goes. But okay, step 1. I think we're almost out of time too. I'll have to check the timing here. He's running home. He's smart. Yeah, you don't want to hang out here too long, Mr. Karl. We are some scary, scary vampires taking over the world. I would really like to clean up, or at least finish this campaign and maybe the dwarves before Norska comes in. That's ambitious. But I really want to try to finish some of these new campaigns. Just not play around and just go for the win. Okay, we get to see everything they have. It's just little dinky dwarf warriors. I mean, monsters should eat them up. Yeah, it's about what I thought. I mean, I could fight it and do more damage than this is suggesting, probably. But I don't want to really waste a lot of time with that. Maybe I do. How much time do we have? Because if I can just do a lot of damage to them, they're not going to get to replenish very much. Okay, it's past time. I'll think about it, and we'll get into the next episode. Okay, so that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Making some progress. We'll try to do that Isabella quest battle at the start of the next episode. We might do this fight. We probably won't do it. I mean, I think they're going to steamroll us looking at it. I want to try to do more damage than this suggests, but at the same time, I don't know. We might do it and just put it like 3x speed or something and just see what we can do. But anyways, thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.